and welcome to Moms with Yarn. This is episode 29, and today is June 18th, a lovely, cloudy, ugly, wants to rain day. My name is Sharon, known as Bronx Knitter 1 on Ravelry and Bronx Knitter on Instagram.
And I'm Tracy, TV McCarthy on Ravelry and TV McCarthy 5 on Instagram. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, returning viewers, you lion-hearted people, you. After the last episode with the technical issues, I didn't think we'd see anybody. But here you are, so thank you.
Yep.
And to new viewers, hopefully, you'll like what you see because there won't be technical issues and I won't fall off my chair or sing. Well,
maybe you should, because maybe that'll keep people coming back.
Maybe I will sing instead.
Ooh, I might
Probably not. So we're going to get on with things because we're trying new things to improve. If you think that there's anything about our video that needs to be improved, you should surely drop us a note right here on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
The Moms with Yarn YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get on with finished objects, shall we? Because I don't even remember the last time we podcast.
I don't have very many finished objects. Do you want me to show mine?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I think last time we recorded... Oh my gosh, where are my finished objects? Oh, here they are. Last time we recorded, you announced the Crazy Skein knit-along.
Yes, indeedy.
Yes, right after I started my craziest skein in existence. Like, this is literally the craziest skein I own. This is, it looks so fuzzy to me, like, because the colors are, seems to be bleeding together. But it's Anne's Go-To Socks, which seems to be my pattern of choice these days. Anne's Go-To Socks by Ann Budd. And it's out of Yarn Love in the Flirt colorway. So I have 2 of these bad boys. And they are done.
Yay!
Yep. So I finished those. And then I also finished, which I don't have because I sent it off to Carrie, Irish Girly Knits, the Kenmare lace fingerless gloves. Those were out of Miss Babs. In the Soul Food colorway. It was like a sport to worsted weight yarn. So I sent them off to Carrie and she published the pattern. So it's on sale, I think it's still on sale for a discount. I posted it in the last episode and I'll post it again this episode just to let you guys know. But it's a wonderful pattern. It's really quick. I would say it's I would say not a beginner, but certainly a newish knitter can do it, but it's a wonderful pattern and it's a quick knit and it's definitely something that I'll use for teacher gifts in December. So yeah, those are my
wow. Since you already know what your December gifts are going to be, should you start them now? Maybe
we'll get to my whips.
Yay!
Sharon, I learned from the best.
Oh my goodness. Who was that?
You.
Oh,
on your blog. I think
I
remember reading your blog when we were working together. I remember reading your blog. And at one point you were like, yeah, Christmas is like, 200 days away. I really better get started. I'm like, why is she starting so early? And then as I had kids, I was like, I know. You're much smarter.
Yes. The thing about it is about planning ahead. Uh-huh. It doesn't relieve, because when you make enough gifts for everybody, there's still one more gift to make. Of course. So you're always having crunch time anyway. Yep. So it's easier to have 2 things to make instead of 15 things to make.
Yep. And I think as well, what I learned from you is that I should definitely have a gift bin. Like, okay, I finished something. I don't want to keep it. I want to keep it aside. That's important too. For things like Mother's Day or whatever, an anniversary, special anniversary you want to, give to somebody.
Right. Because, there are plenty of times when you make something and it's either not what you thought it was going to
Yeah.
be, or it's not as big or as small as you thought it was going to be, or it's not your
Right.
personality,
It's not
but
your
it's still a
colors.
lovely gift,
Yep.
not your colors, yarn stash you wanted to use up. Me, I'll find a skein of something somewhere
Yeah.
and I'll say, oh, where'd this come from? I think I'll use this. And then I make something and I'm looking at myself and I say, you have to be a crazy acrobat to wear this. I think I'll give it to fill in the blank.
Yeah. The circus.
Exactly. So that's a good idea to have something that is truly separate from the rest of your
Yeah.
stuff. Not the stuff that, oh, I'll put it away and maybe I'll wear it one day.
Right.
No,
Or I'll wear
never.
it once because I really like it, but
Yeah, no,
yeah.
no, no. Because if you wear it once, then you feel bad
Yep.
sometimes about giving the stuff away, especially, if it's something that goes around your neck and God
Yep.
forbid you should sweat, even though you wash it.
Of course.
Um, but just something that is designated for that. Just get her done, put
Yep.
her away, and give her away when time comes.
I agree.
Makes everything a lot easier.
Yep.
Okay, so I have finished objects, which I did not have last time because I'm a slacker. I'm a lazy slacker. And it's just two of the washcloths, and you would think that in 2 weeks or however long it's been since we recorded last, that I would have finished them, but no. This one, a washcloth for Amy for the senior love along.
Hmm.
This one still needs the edging, which is just a crochet edge, so that'll make it a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And that is made with woohoo yarn. And this one is made with peaches and cream. The reason why I wanted to make this one that looks like this is because there is an argyle sock that you make with self-striping yarn that has to be patterned a certain way so that you can manage the colors
Mhm.
and get argyle like. I was like, I gotta try that and see if that works. And it does, but you have to get your stitch count right
Oh, okay.
so that you'll get that argyle
Yeah.
shape.
That's really nice.
So it's not in the middle, but it's a process. It's a learning
Of
process.
course.
And those are my finished objects. Yay for me!
Woohoo!
Yes, exactly. So we're going to talk about whips. I understand that you have like 200 of them.
Yeah, I mean not that many. Do you wanna see my exciting whip?
Yes.
What do
The
you
most
think it is?
exciting one you
Yeah.
have.
Which one do you think it is?
I think it's Ann Bud's go-to socks.
I have one of those, but that's not my most exciting.
Mmm. Handbrake?
No.
Your sweater. It's your sweater. Wow. Wow. Look at you go, girl.
So I'm at the point where I need to, like, I've done all my increases because it's almost like, if you remember, that this is the James by Amy Miller, and it's out of the Plucky Knitter Bleeding Armadillo Sport. It's basically tight through the bust, and then it kind of A-lines out very slightly, I guess. So I've done all of the increases that it calls for, and then it says to knit for a certain number of inches. But I did want to just try it on to make sure that it, like, whatever length she's telling me I need to knit to is a good length for me because of whatever torso adjustments I have. So I purchased the try-on tubing.
Get
Did you ever
out.
get, yeah, did you ever, do you have that?
Yes. No, because
Okay.
I don't make anything that goes all the way around.
Okay, so I'm gonna use it on this, and if all goes well, then I'll just send them to you because I probably will never knit a sweater again. Because,
Wait.
because
Wait.
this is, I have to just tell you, like, it's great pattern. It's very, like, well written. I would say it's more of an advanced, I mean, I guess because sweaters are just more technique, but it has wraps and turns. It kind of is almost like, hey, you should know how to do this, so I'm just going to write it out shorthand. And I really had to, like, pay attention when I first cast on. It really wasn't difficult, but because I had never done a sweater before, it was difficult. So that's fine. I got over that. I guess for me, it's just going so slow. And I'm so used to knitting socks and hats and cowls and socks and socks that, like, it's just so slow. I'm hoping that once I finish it and it fits and I like the fit and I like the way it looks with jeans, that I may change my mind. And I'm dedicated to, I have 4 sweater quantities in my stash, and I'm dedicated to making those 4 projects. One is the Louise. It's basically a worsted weight cardigan with like multicolor, so I have that. And then there's 2 others, which I can't think off the top of my head, that I've earmarked. I think it might be the Vodka Lemonade, and it might also be, there's a sweater that you made. It's kind of like it has like a swing in the front. It's not the featherweight, but it's...
The Tappan Zee?
No. I'll look it up, but I think it's also maybe by Thea Coleman or Amy Miller. It's a cardigan. No buttons.
The only one I made with no buttons is the Vodka Lemonade. And the sweater I didn't put buttons on because I'm a lazy slacker, which is the Tangled Yoke cardigan.
And didn't you do the Vodka Lemonade? Is that the one with the I want to say tramp stamp, but I don't mean tramp stamp. But is that...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so then that's definitely that. So I have 2 sweater quantities. One's earmarked for the Vodka Lemonade, and one I have for another pattern that I'm dedicated. I'm not gonna split those yarns and use them for other things. I'm gonna do sweaters, but cardigans. But I just don't think that this is in my long-term future. I really don't, because I definitely am someone who likes to knit a project, and it's okay if it takes 2 weeks, because I'm working on it here and there. But for me, it has to be portable. Not has to be, but I like that it's portable. I like that within 2 weeks I'm done. I mean, this has been on my needles for quite some time. And, like I said, it's not a difficult pattern. It's beautifully written. The yardage is spot on so far. I don't know if it's in my long-term future. So maybe you'll get some try on tubing.
That is not the point.
So anyway, that's my most exciting finished object. WIP. Then I have, last time I showed you, I finished one of my jumping jack socks. And this is out of the Plucky Knitter Primo fingering and feet. It has like a nice detail up here. The ribbing, nice detail, and then just plain striping. So I started my second, and this is how far I got. So now I need to start with the pink. So I'll move on to that. And then I have a pair. So then I basically used this as my crazy skein, because I think it was pretty crazy in the skein. It's self-striping, so it's not as crazy as I guess you would imagine. But so I finished one.
That's beautiful. Those
it came out really nice. I mean, not my colors at all. I don't know why I bought it. This is
because you have a problem that I used to have, and that problem is with having.
Oh yeah.
Not liking,
right.
Not needing, just having.
Well, as well, I think this yarn is Yarntini, and she went out of business. So, and I used to like follow her and whatever, and then when she's like, I'm going out of business, I'm putting up my stash and that's it. I was like, I gotta get it. I mean,
so of all the skeins she had up, that was the one.
No, these were the only 2 that she had left. They were called Last Call. And so I bought 2 skeins of the same yarn. So I have a second skein.
I have to teach you how to get off that kick.
I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So these are not my colors. These will definitely be a gift. I've learned. I want to tell you, I've learned. I don't need to learn. I have learned.
Okay.
So that's that. And then that was in there. And then I picked up something that I had started a while ago. I ended up ripping it back. It's called the Bastille Cow.
Okay. All right.
It looks, you can't see the picture. So I'm just going to show you the yarn. So this is what it looks like. It's got, let me just try
Is that like a leaf pattern?
No, it's actually like almost holes. Like
I know, but there's
no, it's more like triangular. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it, but it looks like bells or...
Yeah, it's more like triangles, that go like this. Yeah, I guess they're bells. So basically what you do is you knit this part of the pattern until you finish one skein of yarn. And then the second skein of the same color, you do a different pattern. And you alternate, I think it's 2 different patterns that you alternate. You do like a certain number of this and then a certain number of this until you finish the second skein. The finished object looks beautiful, so this will definitely be some like gift for Christmassy type thing, because I love cows. So that's that, and then I also did. I had a skein of the Plucky Knitter One Hit Wonders.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember the One Hit Wonders that we got in Vogue Knitting? Yep. So if you ever attend a show that the Plucky Knitter is at, she has this One Hit Wonder bin, and usually it's all different types of her yarns, worsted, Aran, cashmere even. That's either a color that didn't make it into the rotation, or the skein itself has like more than what she feels is the appropriate number of knots, or it's maybe a slightly smaller skein, or just for whatever reason it's not something that needs to go into rotation. So she deeply discounts them and puts them into this bin. It's like a wire bin, and you kind of pick through and you're like, oh, I found cashmere, oh, I found sport, oh, I like this color. So anyway, I picked up this One Hit Wonder at one of her things. So this
very nice.
is the Kenmare lace.
How pretty is that?
I really like it. The only thing is that I've knit this before, and it was tighter. Like, so it was almost like, I don't know, like to me this seems like very like loose.
Uh-huh.
Even though I got what I thought was like decent gauge. It wasn't spot on, but I was okay with it. So then,
well, you know that you can put ribbing.
Yeah.
After the wrist.
Yeah, I know. I probably should have done that. So then I decided to knit it again from the other side of the skein. And I did one less repeat. And this is what I got.
Does it feel more snug?
It's much snugger.
With one less repeat, it made all that difference.
One less repeat of this. So
yeah.
I think this is like 8 stitches.
So there's an average person size mitt, and then there's a short person size mitt. So that... Because the distance,
yeah.
Is
no, I think
different.
it's just like
if it's shorter and
it's not shorter. Snug, it's not shorter. It's just tighter.
Because you use one less repeat in the hand pattern?
I did. I'm trying to think now. I cast on like. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the pattern.
Did you cast on fewer stitches?
Oh yeah, I definitely cast on fewer stitches. Use the same
so
size
whatever amount of. Because when you have a solid piece here, you can do whatever you want to this.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think about doing the ribbing. But this is too snug. Okay, so the moral of the story is this fits me, but I'm afraid that because it's not going to be for me, I'm afraid it's going to be too snug for whoever is going to get it. Mm-hmm. So I need something. So I basically stopped working on it, and I was like, I'm just going to rip it out, and then I'm like. But I want to show you what I did because I don't want to be that podcaster that's like, I knit 2 pairs of fingerless gloves. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to try. I'm going to think about your ribbing. Mm-hmm. But I might also go up a couple needle sizes and still do this, the smaller one.
Yeah.
Because I think that I'm going to try that first. I'm going to go up a couple needle sizes. Mm-hmm. And see.
Okay.
And that's all I did. That's
That's
all I
all?
did? I talked about the color. Oh, the color affection, I did nothing on it. I didn't do anything on the color affection. So I'm still at the point with the third part of the pattern where you basically use all three colors and do the striping sequence. I haven't even touched that. So I talked about the go-to, Bastille, Jumping Jacks, James. Yep, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, I have a couple of things. Number one being,
Oh my god,
you know,
my background.
know,
Can I just do this? It's like I live in a trailer. Look at all that crap I have back there. First of all, these boxes right here are from my job. This was like all of the personal items that I collected at my job. And let me just tell you, if I ever get another job,
not
I'm not
taking
going to put
anything.
anything up personal.
No, because it doesn't.
Because
it doesn't
what's going to
pay.
happen is I want to be able to like put my bag on my shoulder and be like, peace out.
Peace out
I
and
don't-
adios. So the pattern I'm making here is out of the Think Outside the Socks book.
You made a pair recently from that book, right?
It's called
or were you working on
okay.
those?
Okay, let me get to that.
Or were those still the whips? Is this the same whip?
This is the same whip that we saw.
We have a problem this week, Sharon. We gotta get some of our whips off.
I have a problem. So, we had Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
Yes.
And before we actually got to Worldwide Knit in Public Day, I was working on socks from Think Outside the Socks called
I know. Hang on. Let me check.
Pattern Play by Linda McGibbon.
Oh, I don't have that down.
From the Knit Outside the Socks
yeah.
Remember this?
Yes. I do.
The front and the back.
I love it.
So before I went to the Worldwide Knit in Public Day, I had the grand intention of starting the second sock. And can I just say, there's pattern here that goes to here.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to do something different here, which I didn't do because I was like, that ain't happening. And then, this pattern up here for this, and this pattern here, and it goes to here. And then there's another pattern here. And then there's another pattern here. And then there's another pattern here. And this, you were supposed to do something different. And what made me think I could knit in public on that sock? Okay.
You should have told me before you went. Because I would have been like, listen, I got a great pattern for you. It's called Anne's Go-To Socks.
So I was knitting in public and getting photo ops and posting on Instagram.
I saw.
And so, ta-da!
Well, you did good.
This is the corrugated rib, so the grays are knit and the whites are pearls. And I got nowhere. But it is in a lovely silver shed bag.
I like that bag.
Where it lives, happily waiting for me to get started. But because I am who I am, while I was digging around in that book, I came across the other pattern I want to make, which I also posted on Instagram. And this is as far as I got.
Oh my gosh, and that one too.
It's
I'm like,
called Aztec pottery.
That is crazy. Now,
I
that's
love
color
these
work?
colors.
That's color work?
Well, I mean, the colored yarn is self-striping. Both of these are Cascade Heritage.
Okay.
This is, it's superwash merino.
Yeah.
These are size 1 Susan Bates. I love my Susan Bates. And I don't know what color this is. Sometimes it looks blue. Sometimes it looks black.
It looks blue. It looks very like midnight blue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I think makes it not as stark against this other color.
Yeah.
So it's coming along quickly.
I really like that.
And the thing is that I noticed that a lot of the socks in the Think Outside the Socks book come in one size. So while I love them, they're not all going to fit me. So
what do you cast on? Is it always cast on X?
the stranded socks, you have to add on extra stitches. But like I did do that, and it seems like a little bit big. Now, of course, after you wash your socks, the size changes
Hmm.
and it gets smaller over time and it gets
Yeah.
worn over time and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that the sock will shrink in a little bit because while I do agree I have legs like tree stumps, I would like my socks not to be bopping around my ankles. You know
I
what I
would like
mean?
to think that we have cankles. Listen,
Cankles. Alive
elephant,
oaks, I call mine.
elephant ankles. It's totally fine.
Okay. So
Oh, I like that bag.
this is my Maria Elena Bliss bag.
I like that.
I love her bags. When you touch them, you know that you're getting quality. But
Mm.
I, for some reason, woo-doo-doo-doo, this
I
looks
li-
like my socks.
It totally does. It looks like your other pair of socks.
Okay. So that's that. And naturally, the ladies and I are still working on our
I know.
sheephead hat.
I know.
However, you should know that after the next VKN, we'll be done.
Oh, that's great.
And this VK, the whole point of these VKNs was to work on stranded knitting.
Hmm.
And so the next batch of VKNs, since I have all their phone numbers so they can't escape me, will be about measuring yourself for a sweater that fits. I know. I know.
Wow.
There is going to be another VKN right after. Well, while the sweater is being knit, there's going to be a VKN that has to do with spinning also.
Okay.
We're going to have spin night halfway through, which I didn't tell anybody, so I'm telling you now.
And like I don't spin. I don't plan on
Yeah,
doing the
that's
sweater
why the
knitting. However,
wild skein
no, but I
is.
guess what I'm saying is I can still join in on the VKN, listen to what you
Absolutely.
guys are doing, knit away, participate.
Absolutely,
Yes.
because at the same time that the spinning is happening for the Tour de Fleece,
Yes.
the wild skein is to be
Yes.
knit during the Tour de Fleece. So you don't have to be a spinner to join in
Great.
for the VKNs
Yeah.
for wild skein slash Tour de Fleece. The sweater one will be the one that's different.
And so just to kind of round this out, I feel like that's what makes you and I such a perfect pair because again, like you do your thing with the spinning, but you also, still engage me with my knitting. You like to knit bigger, more complex projects. I think that challenges you, whereas me, I like to just pile up my FOs at this point in my life. That wasn't where I was a couple years ago. Obviously, I did need to bring up my skills, and I think that this sweater is like the first time that I'm doing something really new and different. The next thing I want to do is color work, so I'm eager to get your input on how I can make those because my first color work was like the worst. I'll actually dig it out and show you guys because
Really?
yeah, it was the worst. Because I
Well,
didn't know anything about floats. I was like, let me pull this thing. It was
no,
awful.
no pulling is
Yeah,
involved.
right.
But we can the stranded. That's what this whole
Yep.
sheephead hat by Kate Davies was about. Everybody else had already made it. I would tell you that Lisa got
Clementine.
ahead. Everybody's ahead of me. Everybody's ahead of me.
But it's not.
Um,
It's not who
but I
wins the
did.
race.
I know. But at the end of the VKNs for the stranded knitting, then I need everybody to post their hat
Yep.
so that we can show what we've been doing for the past 18 months. I mean, I'm sorry, 3 months. So, and some things I need to talk with you about are I have the spinning prize
Yep.
for the
Tour.
tour, but I don't think I have anything worthy of the knitting. But I'll show you what I have, and
Okay.
then we'll make a decision about that.
Okay. Sounds good.
And
I also have, remember, also have a skein of Yarntini. Go on, don't everybody start emailing me for that skein. Listen, slow it down. Slow it down.
Don't trample each other trying to get to it.
Listen, she's out of business, but that doesn't mean that you can't. Look, just calm it.
You know what it is? It's that when you hear somebody's going out of business and you buy the yarn because you want to have, what do? You either knit it up and give it away, or it stays in your stash as a pet forever.
Right. Or you knit it and then you realize you should have bought 2 skeins instead of 1 because you don't have enough.
Or you should do like I do. Swear off yarn forever, especially sock yarn, because who needs it?
Who
needs it?
Not
who needs it? And don't buy anything unless it's absolutely necessary, because you will burn. They're going to take you. The whole time I was buying it, I was saying, I'm going to jail.
I'm not going to be able to eat this month. Jason's going to have to...
I can't pay my mortgage.
Peanut butter and jelly.
I'm going to jail.
What is that?
Why do you ask?
I just want to know.
Then there was...
I mean, really? Did you need that?
I needed 2 skeins.
Gorgeous.
Because I have to use it for the trim on a baby blanket.
That is
or for
gorgeous.
The edging on the Hap baby blanket.
That is really pretty.
Okay, so this one is invisible yarn, and it's sock yarn, so like technically it doesn't really count.
It doesn't count as stash?
No, because it'll be gone. This is from a company called Skano. Yeah, okay. So I got an email. Oh, won't you come and visit my shop? Should have known better. Because you know I can't resist. But I knew I had to make a baby blanket, so.
I love those colors. They're so pretty.
Yeah. And I was showing it to the ladies at Knit Night last night, and I said, I don't normally stash flash here, but it was already down here, so I said, well, I'm going to share, because actually what I need to do is be accountable.
You do.
If you're going to buy 6 skeins of yarn in a week, when you have 16 skeins of yarn still in the bag that you haven't opened, and a cabinet full of sock yarn and fiber.
Right.
So I was telling friends, well, you know, I don't really know what I'm going to spend for the tour because I don't really have anything. And so I was pulling out some braids of fiber. So if you have 100 bumps, you don't need friends who have yarn.
You don't need 101.
No, but I actually have a lot of baby things to make.
Okay.
A lot. And I don't want to bore people with baby stuff because there's so many other big things that have sparked my interest. Mm-hmm. Kristen Kapoor has a free sweater pattern on Knitty.com that I want to make.
Okay. For a baby?
No.
For
me. Yes. And I got myself a cowl pattern at Vogue Knitting Live that I want to make. And there's just so many things. I just really wish I wasn't so tired.
I know.
So the girl I'm filling in for comes back in September. And today, one of her bosses, because he's hers when he makes me mad, said something today, you know, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, you just need to hang on till Michelle gets back. She'll be back any day now, any day. What I was really meaning to say was, leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But it's tough. I try to explain to people that being fake retired was like getting into heaven.
Yeah.
And then going back to work was like getting kicked out.
Yeah. I haven't found my groove yet. I mean, I'm still... My days are fit, like, I can't even tell you. I cleaned out my daughter's closet. The 2 girls share a room.
Yeah.
So I cleaned out her closet. I got 2 bags full of garbage. Like, legit garbage. Like, construction paper with, like, I don't even know what was on it. I mean, there was just full-on junk. Like, boxes and boxes from shoes that they don't even own anymore. Probably from birth. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But well, I didn't have the time to go in there. Like, I was in crisis mode. I was in, you're working full time and it's summer, you need to switch over their clothes. You don't have time to throw away those boxes in their closet. So now I have the time.
Yeah. And the thing about it is too, is that when you're at home and you're doing things that involve the family, since there's really no cutoff time,
right?
You can work as long as you need to work to get something done.
Yep.
My problem is not getting that stuff done. My problem is the bigger mess I make trying to clean something up.
Yeah. That's my, I mean, look behind me. This has been the dumping ground. Like, I haven't been able to, like, I got yarn, you know, from my subscription. This is the last of my subscription. You know, and I'm just like, put it in the office because the door can shut and, you know, I'm dealing with the rest of the house, so
yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
but you know,
you'll find your groove.
Yeah,
you'll get into your rhythm, and then you'll start job hunting, and you'll be like, "Whoa, you know what? I don't want to."
I know, but it'll be okay. See. I mean,
of course,
it'll be
of course. It's nice to have the summer off anyway. To enjoy
exactly.
The kids.
I needed the break. So,
are you going on vacation to the Outer Banks this summer?
I'm not going to the Outer Banks. We have a wedding in Ireland in September. My sister-in-law is getting married, so that's pretty much where most of our vacation money went. At the end of July, we'll be going away. We're going to go to Pennsylvania for just a few days. My son did a colonial. He's in 4th grade, so he did a colonial, like, project for like 2 or 3 months. They learned about the colonials. They did a lot of studies on it. They had a colonial day where they dressed up as colonials. So we thought that going to like Gettysburg and Harrisburg and kind of show him the battlegrounds and go to some of the places where the colonials were would be nice. So we're gonna do that, and then that's pretty much it. Then we have the wedding, and then my brother's getting married in October, so kind of back-to-back weddings.
Well, I just wanted to tell you to stay out of the water at the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Da-dum.
I know.
Da-dum. It's sickening that they have a repeat of what happened in New Jersey with the shark attacks.
Yeah.
So, stay out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, my kids don't know how to swim, so they're always in vests. So we don't let them kind of go into the water without us, even though they have their vests. But they're happy enough just playing in the sand and just dipping their feet.
Well, yeah, just don't go because it's not safe.
Yeah.
And especially, I couldn't believe it because they were saying it was at Topsail Island and another one of the islands from the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
So you should know that in New Jersey they did not close the beaches and and that was a bull shark. And now in North Carolina they are not closing the beaches.
Are you going on vacation? Hopefully not to the beaches.
No, because I don't get vacation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, but just that's a public service announcement.
Stay out of the waters in North Carolina if you're going.
Stay out of the waters. Yep. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
We're gonna be back. We're gonna do another recording, probably over the weekend, where I hope to be able to mash out the details for the knitting tour de fleece, the spinning tour de fleece, and the sweater VKN. Anybody can join in on any of the VKNs at any time.
Yep.
I will have to post a link every week for which one is which.
Yeah.
And you can come to any which one or mix and match and stuff. We don't expect there to be like a horde of, 11
like
people. Right. But I will post all that information and we'll have all those details when we next record, which is going to be sooner than 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, we just want to check out like how the recording looks during the day because we're always podcasting at night. these days. And I think it would just be, good to get the feedback on whether or not during the day is better in terms of lighting and being able to see our projects, because I know a few of you have emailed Sharon and myself separately about, the quality, and, even though you can't necessarily see it, you love listening to us, which is great. But we do want to try and improve the quality. So we're trying that out.
Yeah. And we hope to be able to make some improvements. Everybody told me when I started just with the whole process that you're never going to be happy with your first year of recording. Yep. You have to find your groove.
Yep.
So hopefully it'll take us less than a year, but who knows? We're still plugging away.
Yep.
And Tracy and I actually did this for, our own personal entertainment. Yep. But we're so glad that you're here because, like I told ladies in the VKN, now that I have your numbers,
that's it.
Nobody's safe. I'm going to call you up and I'm going to have somebody to knit with. I don't care what. So
that's funny.
All right. That's it. That's it for us. We will see you in a couple of weeks and hope everybody has a blessed and wonderful weekend.
Yep.
Even a happy Father's Day because even though, I heard it's not going to be real pleasant on Father's Day, the weather anyway. But I'm hoping for the best because the fathers deserve some recognition.
Not as much as the mothers, but
and some sunshine.
I'm just kidding.
I know you're
just
kidding. Equal and separate.
But separate. Not as
I know. Okay. Okay, guys.
All right,
See
guys.
you later.
See ya. Bye.